I have a note.
Bow.
I have a book.
Bow.
Notebook.
Bum bum bum.
So this is my notebook, and it's full, like, almost completely. There might be some free space.
Here. Or there. Or even here. But
It's done, it's full. I use my notebook for ideas, writing quick scripts for things like my exclusive Patreon videos, which you should totally go check out. Or even drawing sometimes. But mainly planning. And of course, looking at all these ideas that I've come up with since February, I realized that I have a method, like a journaling method, which I have deemed the Evan the Juggler Method. So if you want to learn it, you've come to the right place. Step 1. Step 1, the notebook, and not the Nicholas Sparks one. But of course, this is the most important step. I've gone through many iterations of notebook from different sizes, different brands, different types, and I found my favorite. This one. I started with only using sketchbooks for drawing in high school art class to some success. They took like years to fill, and I barely spent time on them. There were huge gaps of time between drawings that suspiciously only seemed to line up with when I was actually in art class. Interesting. I wonder why.
Why?
Why? I can't do it right. It's probably because I'm not an illustrator, not one bit. Like, I'm an artist in different ways, but my art needs some work before I'm able to fill sketchbooks with easel. Easel. But yes, of course, the method for only using my sketchbooks for art did not work. So instead, I made this. Juggling notes. Whoops, onto the ground. Juggling notes almost worked. I decorated it with stickers, juggling stickers, got Play, Flow Toys, Higgins Brothers, and then I started writing and I got to here.
there. That's it. And then, like at any red light before 3 a.m., I stopped.
We interrupt this message to inform you, you should not violate traffic laws. Thank you. And yeah, that I did not continue. The rest of this book is just blank. It's very sad. So what was wrong? So then at that point I was closer. I had a sketchbook that I had decorated to make slightly more my own that I wanted to write in. I just didn't have the energy to or the things to write in it. And then I bought this one. It's about half the size for me to use however I see fit, and I finished it. I filled it with drawings, ideas, plans, and when that was done, I came to my final notebook evolution. This one. This is my favorite one. So in conclusion, step 1 is to get a notebook that you actually like using. I like colorful Talon art creation ones with the elastic band here because it makes it so much easier to juggle. Look at that! They don't open up and try to fly away! How convenient. I caught it. Step 2. Take the elastic off, but do not open it yet. Slam a sticker onto there, at least one, and try to make it different than any other sketchbook. You want to write in this thing, like who looks at a plain blank notebook and goes, ooh, I can't wait to write my crazy ideas into this boring book? Nobody. Nobody! So make it pretty. For example, I used this sticker here from Morky, and this one here from Bass Coasters, who are artists that I met in Barcelona, and this one here is from Art of Play, that's what it is. It's from Art of Play from when I bought a bunch of playing cards. And that's step 2. Go do it. Step 3. You may now open the notebook to the first page. This page is really important because, of course, if you lose your notebook, you hope that people will turn to just this page and not somewhere into the middle where you hide all your important secrets. So yes, hopefully they go here and not anywhere else. And now it's time to write in big, bold Sharpie, if found... Oh, it's dying. Whatever. Please contact email. I put my name, but you get the idea. You can also put your phone number, but phone numbers are scary because people might think you want them to actually call instead of text. Like, the answer is always text. Who calls nowadays? The Ghostbusters? I ain't got no ghosts, just of my past.
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
This step isn't done yet, though. Because under your contact information, you're going to write the date. Today is September 1st, 2023, and a dash. You will need this later to remember when you actually started this notebook, because if you're like me, you'll forget because you have a bad memory. And what was I talking about again? Breaking it in. Of course, to break it in, all you have to do is you grab your axe, you give it a swing, and oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh crap, I missed. Oh no. I broke my hopes and dreams. Not again. I'm just kidding. That's not actually how you break it in. It's a much safer way. What you're gonna do is on the first page, you're gonna draw something. Something low stakes pretty easily. For example, on this one here, I drew the Colosseum, the world's grossest layer cake. And I actually did try, but they kicked me out. But of course, on this one here, I drew a little bit of everything. So it could be anything you want. And on this one, I have an idea. I'm gonna give this one a big ol' stamp of approval. Literally, I made this stamp, which I'm hoping to put onto some fabric and make a hat out of, which I think will be super fun, make a little patch. So, I have the stamp, I've got some glass, I have some ink, and a roller. Let's do this. So I don't need much. That's probably more than enough. I did steal this glass from a picture frame, and it works really well. I think that's pretty good. Let's load this up with a bunch of color. Oops. Let's see how it looks. The stamp. Right at the top here. This one you don't want to press too hard, but just hard enough that, oh, look at that! Prop drop. Oh, I love it. Let's do 3. Let's do 3. I have enough ink, I might as well, right? Kind of want it to fade a little bit as I go down, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm just gonna keep going. 2, yes, okay. And then this one, much, much less, but still a little bit. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Ah, it looks so good. All right, there we go. We officially have the prop drop page. So basically the whole point of this page is literally just to get something down so that your first idea doesn't feel like it has as much pressure. There's already something in there. You're either gonna be proud of it or not proud of it. Doesn't matter, just spend a little bit of time on it. The stamped version was much easier than the drawing. The drawing took much longer. Now usually what I'll do, which I find super helpful, is this space here, you can use sticky notes for a to-do list. So you always go to your front page and make a to-do list. But since it's a stamp and not a drawing, I don't feel quite as bad of just putting sticky notes on it. So it's okay with the 3 of them. Just this once. Only one time. To be honest, you can use this page for whatever you want. Just use it. Just use it. Just use it. Use it, ow! Seriously, it doesn't matter, just use it. And start writing down your ideas, draw stuff, write video plans, future, whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. And then, after you've written a little bit, stop it. Look at what you've done, and think about what categories those will go into. And what you're gonna do is you can grab some page markers. I use these Post-it ones that I stole from college orientation a few years back, finally found a use for them, and you're gonna organize every single page that you do. It'll be easier to find your ideas. For example, this one here is video ideas. This one here is planning projects. We have acts for juggling, stand-up comedy, art, and magic. So that's all you need. Just think of some categories and start categorizing. And yes, this gap here is totally on purpose. It's of course so that you can easily flip through your book. Without it, these get in the way, they're annoying, but they're super useful when they're in the way when you're trying to find the page that they're on. Nah, I almost forgot. I would highly recommend putting the Post-it page markers as far into the book as you can, so they just barely stick out, because if they're any farther, they get torn off and it's terrible. So, as close in as you can, perfect. It's time for the tips part of the video. Sadly not the monetary kind, more the tips and tricks kind, the advice kind. Although if you do want to tip me, go check out the Patreon page. Advice number 1, pens. Inside my pencil case, I use pens, not pencils. Like, you should embrace those mistakes. And I personally use the Micron fine liners. I find that the 0.5 size is perfect for me. They come in so many colors and sizes that they can fulfill any need you have. Except for love. That's usually frowned upon. Advice number 2 is, of course, the sticky notes. Sticky notes are a great way to like jot ideas down and move them around. This was me trying to figure out how a story actually happened when I couldn't remember the order of events. So yeah, sticky notes are great. They're super tactile, and jugglers usually like tactility. I wonder why. Advice number 3, encryption. With the Evan the Juggler method, you don't need any fancy built-in computer software to encrypt all your top-secret juggling ideas. Instead, with the patented bad handwriting technique, nobody will be able to read your crappy handwriting anyway. Seriously, did you not improve since, like, grade 3? Your printing looks like cursive, Evan. Advice number 4. Moving on. Once your idea starts to take up more than a page or 2 pages, it's time to move on and open up a Word document, or Pages document, or Google Docs doc. Okay, there's a lot of options, but basically just open up a document, put it to typewriter font, and live your best fancy, elusive writer life. Just keep those ideas flowing, and hopefully not into the eel-infested lake. That was kind of a niche joke. We'll see if you get that one. And there you have it, everybody. You are done. That is the entire Evan the Juggler method until you're done and you finish the last page. Then, one more step. Once you're done filling the notebook, it's time to write the date on the side of the book. I do this at the end so that it doesn't get slowly destroyed in like a bag or wherever you're bringing this with you, because ideally you'll bring this with you everywhere because it's fun to write down ideas. And of course, you want to have the date on the side so that it's on your shelf. You know how old it is and how old you're getting and how fast time flies, and the good old days are probably already past. But you can just do what I do and juggle about it. For example, here's my version of a 3-ball multiplex columns. And that, my friends, is the Evan the Juggler note-taking method. I mean, it's chaotic, but if it works, you know? So, hey, I'll take it. I've come up with so many different video ideas from this method, and that's a good thing because this video is supported by my patrons. Thank you so much, patrons, for supporting this video. If you want to become a patron, there's a link in the description below, and you'll have access to all kinds of different things, like early access to this specific video, which has already come out, so the next video, and of course, lots of like exclusive act content and some other things in the works. So again, thank you to the patrons, and thank you to you for watching, and have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Peace!